Isn't it?
Yeah. Hello? I think we're on now. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Stephen James Pemberton.
I'm not doing my middle name. My name is Reece Smith.
People who want to know what your middle name is now.
Well, they have to. It's not about that.
Like Rumpelstiltskin. If you know Reece's middle name, you win something.
I just told you.
Okay, so what we're going to do, this is a very modern thing called a podcast.
It's not.
That we're getting into. And we decided to do commentaries on the episodes. We asked the fans, or some people on Twitter, what episode they wanted to hear. And the answer was...
Well, every episode got a mention, but it seemed a lot of people were intrigued, interested in the 12 Days of Christine. So We're going to start with doing a commentary on that episode.
So what you've got to do, you've got to get your DVD ready, and we'll give you a 5-second countdown. So you can pause it now if you want, or if you've got it ready already, great. If you already pressed play, forget it, you've fucked it up straight away.
Yeah, and obviously, watch it first before you listen to us talking, because we're going to spoil it.
Yes. Okay. Right, so Reece is going to press play. And
then it will come on in 5 seconds. You won't really hear the programme. We're going to have it on low, so you can listen to only us, and you won't be bothered with two sounds of the programme, yours and ours. Here we go then. I'm pressing play. It's going to be 5 seconds, then it will begin.
Right.
You can time yourselves to be in tandem with us talking about it.
Right.
Here we go. Pressing play in... I'm pressing play now.
Oh, fuck's sake. Right.
4, 3, 2, 1. Right, the credits will come on now, so...
Okay, so the number 9, the shadowy thing, and that was a little bit based on Thriller, it was an armchair thriller.
Oh, yeah, talking about even the opening.
The creeping shadow.
Of Inside No.9 was based on kind of, like the shadow down the arms of the chair, the fingers.
Yeah.
Right, so here we are.
That first shot was shot in broad daylight, wasn't it?
Yes, put dark on it.
They put dark on it, they pressed the...
See, that's a bungle straight away.
Yeah.
Because we wanted blue flashing lights on the Christmas tree, and they got these green ones. And they said, oh, no, it's fine, we can change it in the post.
Well, they tried to persuade us that they were blue.
Yeah, first of all, they tried to say they are blue.
It was like an Inside No.9. It was like we were being tricked. Everybody else in the room was going, no, they're blue.
They're blue. What do you mean? The blue. And then it was like, then they had to admit they'd never really seen or heard of blue fairy lights.
Now, come on, they are green. They're like cat's eyes.
Totally green. Anyway, that's them trying to make them blue. Of course, you will realise why they are blue when we get to the end of the programme, but we wanted them blue to kind of foreshadow what was coming. And also the sound, at the very opening, you hear the sirens going, of course, in the background of London, which is a foreshadowing of the horror that's to come and the reality of what is actually happening. And you can, in the sound, you hear that pinging, which is the door of their car door, which is there, all the way through every transition of her 12 Days of Christine.
Now,
what is the 12 Days of Christine?
The 12 Days of Christine is... I just want to say about Sheridan Smith, okay, we're going to bang on about how good she was, but she loved that outfit, and didn't she...
Does she want to keep it?
Yeah, very often after a production, they have what is called a costume sale. This is to raise money for the production when it's overspent, because we had absolutely fuck all money to make these. So they sell the costumes. Can you believe they try and sell the costumes to the actors?
Oh, no.
And she bought that.
He didn't buy his fireman, though, did he?
I don't believe so,
Not
no.
bothered.
Maybe she did.
Possibly. Anyway, there they are both are. Look, they're in it more than us, and they're very good, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Phenomenal. Is that too strong a word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were very good, and both very eager to work with us on it, and kind of thought it was a powerful piece, having just read it, which was exciting for us, because this script was tossed off in about 5 days, wasn't it?
Yes. It's fair to say that we strive very, often to make the scripts as good as they can, and we sometimes will do a lot of drafts. This one we did 1 or 2.
Yeah, I mean, it takes away from it to admit this, but it was, we didn't really go back.
Yeah, but no, I'm going to pull you up on that.
Okay.
If you have a strong idea and a really strong sort of concept for what you're trying to do, and that is rock solid in your mind, then why shouldn't the first draft be exactly what you wanted it to be?
Yeah,
Sometimes it's that you are, you're feeling your way, and that's what the second, third, fourth, fifth drafts are all about.
Yeah.
They're about picking up on, oh, I know what this is now, as she says at the end.
Yes, yeah. No, it was good. We had, that idea was very strong, and then it was just coming up with, first of all, telling the story in 12 kind of national holidays, we had to come up with different things.
Kind
each time,
of.
didn't we?
I mean, the inspiration was Calendar Girls by Neil Sedaka.
Yes,
no,
it
it wasn't
was.
quite, but January. Obviously, it's New Year's Eve, and then you go forward. Each time you go forward 13 months, so it's a year later.
As Fung says now, to explain to you that where you are.
Exactly. Yes. So there were. She's what she called Whispers Reece to me. Stacey.
Oh,
she was in
right.
Psychoville.
That's right. Yeah, no, I knew that, but I couldn't remember her real name.
Played what character did she play in Psychoville?
She was Mr. Lomax's assistant.
Jennifer.
I can't remember.
You
her
don't
name,
know
so
anything.
I don't know anything.
So there were two ideas that were merged. One was to tell the story of a couple over this sort of 12-year period and just tell that story. And we thought that would be a very interesting number 9. The second idea was, could a whole episode be the last few seconds of someone's life?
Yeah, which is not a new thing.
No,
It's been
no.
done many times before, but this was a different way of getting there.
Well, what enlivened both those ideas was putting them together. Anyway, we've just passed through February.
I know, yeah, it's gone.
Stacey's comes back, so we'll talk about her.
Yeah, what was interesting, and as kind of by accident, as a red herring, was the thing of the boyfriend
Yes.
and the card. We put that in because it was one of her memories of her past with this boy and this card and that little romance she had, first date type thing. Then when it appears again here, and they've added that man in there on the photograph, people started to think accidentally, and we never really planned for it to happen. Although you maybe thought that it might.
As soon as I saw that picture,
Because
because
people are going to think it's me reoccurring in
yeah.
the past. He's a stalker boyfriend.
of the glasses
Yeah.
and the stranger and
Which was good. I mean, what it is actually is that she is puzzled here because if he died, as the mum is telling her, then how come last year apparently she got a card from him?
Exactly.
Which didn't make sense to her.
It was an early jumbling of memories.
Exactly, that's all it was. But, however, became a great red herring because everyone thought, I'm onto this, I know what it is.
Yeah.
And you simply didn't think, hopefully, that it was anything to do with her and the fact that she's killed and was in the last breath of her life.
When you turn up in the next scene, I think that's when people start thinking you are the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
And if we'd been there on the day and weren't so lazy as to think, right, we're not in this scene, we're not going to come in.
Oh, I did watch this scene.
Okay. We might have looked at that photograph
And gone,
oh, can we get a different picture?
yeah,
It might be
not-
quite funny, but anyway.
I remember having a slight question mark over the geekiness of it, but it was good. It worked in our favour.
And you could see behind there, I mean, how do you know it's Mother's Day? Well, there's a little bouquet of flowers in the basket behind. And she says it's Mother's Day, so again, we're trying to subtly mark out these days.
Yeah, we didn't want to do it every single time, did we? We stripped away. I remember a past where we thought, let's not be so heavy-handed and
Yes.
saying the days each time.
Like, for example, the one that's Father's Day, when she has the card, there's no mention of it being Father's Day. You have to really work that out.
Yeah.
But that's what we were trying to do. And when you get into July and August, there's not much.
Yeah. No, well, they're just summer months, aren't they, really?
The holidays anyway.
Holidays, yeah. Let's talk about Guillem,
Guillem Morales.
the director, who we'd never met, had we? We just, but you'd seen the film Julia's Eyes that he directed.
Yeah, loved it.
And his name came up on the list when we were looking for directors for the second series, and we just thought, let's meet him, because he's obviously very skilled at creating tension and blah blah blah. We didn't know he was marked out for this episode.
Oh, now
did we?
one thing here, right? She points to her vagina.
She doesn't.
She
You said
does.
this on the day.
Sorry, but she does. She says, "I've got a treat for you."
That's just you projecting.
No, it's not. Rewind it and look. She points to her vagina. Anyway,
She doesn't, by the way. But if you want to look back at her,
she does.
You can. We made less of her putting this in, didn't we? There was a whole shot of that was unnecessary.
No, because I don't think you need to see a big close-up of Andrea Bocelli.
Who wants that?
So here's an Easter egg hunt.
Yeah.
Which is the only sort of link to this being Easter, and the song "Time to Say Goodbye," which I did wonder was heavy-handed, but it's such a brilliant piece of music.
It's moving whenever you play. It's never mind at the end of this, but so Guillem came in. He was very just
now. Sorry, I've got to stop you again, Reece.
What about
Egggate? Where's the egg?
Doesn't matter. It's in her mind.
Is that the Get Out clause?
Yeah.
There should be an egg on the wall, the bedroom wall behind.
Well, in my eyes, there kind of is one if you look at that stain above the lamp. But
So,
anyway,
Guillem Morales, brilliant director.
I don't mind that there isn't an egg because I think it's his own memory.
Well, the format of this means you can get away with anything.
Scrambled eggs. Could have been called that.
Could have been called scrambled eggs. Now let's talk about Guillaume here, because this is when he must have been in his element.
Yes, yeah, because this is, the classic kind of tension. What's going to happen? Is there someone down the corridor, dark lights flickering, just describing it, basically. Yeah. But yeah, he was very good at this, and he did.
Yeah, he is very much a horror director.
Yeah, and he knows what to do and how to make things scary. And allow the time, this is all, some people would be turning off now thinking it's boring, but you need this time to make the scares and the jump things kind of earned.
Absolutely, and that's what he's a total master of. He also directed La Couchette, so it's not, which he said by his own admission was the first sort of comic piece he directed, and he had a ball doing that, and he did it brilliantly.
Yeah,
so
he did.
He's obviously one to look out for. Now there he is. Is he is meant to be the ex-boyfriend?
No.
All right. Okay.
No.
I've misinterpreted it.
And what was great about Green was very early on, Steve and I, in our first route manner, thought that the stranger should be like dressed in dark, like kind of looking scary, like an ambiguous scary man. I had outfits. I tried them on where I had big collars and dark, and it almost like death, like a hoodie and that kind of thing. Graham said, "No, I want it to be just strangely not right in the room, like he's like wearing an anorak or a rain mac or something quite bright, something that doesn't belong in that moment in time." Yeah. I think that was such a good
and the wetness and
choice,
the mist on the glasses and all of that.
Yeah, because you think, what is that? Isn't it's strange anyway, but to have that out that, and this is a shame. This and it's the next scene.
Got cut down. Well, this one got cut down.
Yeah, it did.
Well.
Yeah.
We went through a lot more of the IKEA instructions, which was riveting and very funny. But
yeah,
a word about the backdrop there you can see is what we call in the industry a cyclorama.
That's right.
Or a cyc.
Just call it cyc.
And it's a painted. Well, it's actual photographs, isn't it?
Yeah.
They used to do it with paintings, but now that is a photograph of the flats to give the perspective. Brilliantly done. And this flat, if any fans are of Midnight Beast out there, this was the flat that Midnight Beast used for their sitcom or whatever it was, and because we couldn't afford to make our own set, we used theirs.
What's Midnight Beast?
It's a sketch show type thing. It was on E4 or something.
Well, I don't watch comedy, so I wouldn't know anything about that. So look, here we are. Here is the only indication it's Father's Day.
And we've just chopped out half a scene, which we loved.
Half a scene, which is a really great scene about what it's like to try to Ferberise your child, which is a technique where you leave them to cry and they get used to no one coming in and looking after them, so they go to sleep.
Yeah.
And
except he wants to drug him with Calpol.
Yes, and that was cut. So it was cut down for. It was fine though, wasn't it? What you realise is, oh God, actually it works with half of it gone. So we just got rid of it.
Well, it's like you said earlier, you either cut into tension sequences and sequences, or you just take whole chunks out. Yeah. And with this one, it could have easily been 45 minutes. We had 2 big chunks we had to lose, which was gutting, but...
Yeah, but it was. It seems to have gone down well, this episode. Very moving for people, isn't it?
Yes.
Whether it's the writing or whether it's Sheridan.
It's the writing.
It's not Sheridan.
No, let's go on about her for a bit. She is the range of stuff that she's able to do. You're not seeing a quarter of her range in this, but the singing, the dancing, the comedy, the drama, the emotion, and what it was when we were writing it. It became really clear you needed someone the audience could just really love and connect with, and she's the sort of she's the every girl, she's the girl next door. We wanted someone who would bring that to it. You didn't want someone who's too glamorous. Here, she's quite dowdy. She has got no makeup on. The idea here is it's her 30th birthday. She's just had the baby. She's feeling a bit downtrodden, a bit jittery. Husband's got a new job, away a lot. And Sheridan had a series of wigs because she still had very short hair from the C word.
That's right.
Which is cancer, not the other one.
Right.
And so all of her hair is wigs.
Yeah. They had to go back, didn't they, and do a pass where they hide because of the HD, the wig lace, which has become the bane of makeup people's lives.
And what about the wonderful Michelle Detrice there?
Detrice! So good to get her in.
And
playing
of course,
a really sympathetic mom.
And Paul Copley as the dad.
Yeah.
She was absolutely joyous to be around, wasn't she, Michelle?
Yeah.
The one bit we were all crying with laughter is when they were trying to do the scene with leukemia.
Yeah.
And I said to her, try and mouth it rather than say it. And they all had stitches.
Yeah.
This is horrible.
Yeah, very...
Bobby's very protective, isn't he?
moment. She is, isn't she? Yes.
Talk about Bobby. What's the genesis
Yeah,
of
the
Bobby?
Bobby is another one of our friends that we have a lot of these, don't we? Tom had them in Tom and Jerry. He had
a friend.
Actor,
yes.
What was he called?
Stevie.
Hill. Yeah, Stevie.
And also Stu in the Sardines
Yes,
episode.
of course, exactly the same character.
But we love a bit of camp humour.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong with that.
But it's good. It's a low key performance, I think, from you.
Well, there are people who speak like that.
Yeah. Oh, yes, of course. No, it's a real.
But it is still, yes, it is quite.
But he's low. I think he's believable, which I think is good. And yeah, this is a really great shot that Graham did in a minute, where that kind of terrible discomfort of watching the boyfriend with Zara, and just feeling that kind of out control. What is going on there, and then having to be mummified by the mummy, babyfied on her 30th birthday. Look, she's got suspicions, and she's trying to look at what's going on. They wander off, and it's all horribly taken away from her by
again, the whole thing is discombobulating for her, and so every scene we tried to make either her
disconcerting.
Yeah, but we didn't want her consciously thinking, "Oh, something's wrong here," until the very end.
That's right.
Otherwise, you'd have started to put two and two together. And we thought, what we want people to take from this episode is they think it's about watching this relationship flourish and then die. And that, like we said earlier, was our sort of main idea, and we're trying to point people in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say not that funny.
That is fair to say.
I think it was not really a comedy, but we didn't mind because we thought it's such a strong idea, and it's good. It's not failed. I mean, as in some eyes.
No. This was really one of the best received pieces.
It's meant to be a comedy.
Now, here we go.
Funny,
this is from what film? Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary's Baby. Yeah. You creeping round is absolute Rosemary's Baby.
Is a Rosemary's Baby
homage. Thing. The squeaking of the bed is obviously, she thinks perhaps I've caught them having sex, but it could also be when you see him here. That's the CPR.
Yes,
which people have picked up on,
but we never even picked up on.
Yeah. I mean, there's maybe half a thought on that, but there's something.
Yeah, but we never see CPR happening, do we?
No, you don't. But you could think of it.
Yeah,
that it's that.
It's one of my favourite transitions there, because obviously that didn't, them fucking on her bed at her birthday party didn't happen.
No,
but it was all about her suspicion and how she was feeling at the time.
Yeah.
And then this just horrible scene when this is just the sort of nadir of their relationship, really, isn't it?
Yeah, trying to clutch onto what it was like before they had children, and it's just all gone horribly wrong.
A word about Tom Riley.
Yeah, Tom is a brilliant actor, and we were very lucky to get him. He's a big fan. I knew that he enjoyed the first series. So
didn't he say in the newspaper that when you have to pick your favourite television?
In the Guardian Guide, he did a big thing about what I'm watching. Yes.
So if there's any actors out there, if A, you're good, let's say brilliant, but good,
Yeah.
B, if you just flatter or say nationally in a newspaper or radio, television, whatever, that Inside No.9 is the best programme, you will get a part.
Possibly. Yeah.
Oh, you will. Because we're... Okay.
Yeah.
Don't.
No, don't. I don't know what you're going to say. So here we are. Look, he's grown up. You can see he's a bit older, and this is the day of his first day of his birthday, and there's rain outside, and we're into September.
So we had to have 3 little boys for Jack, didn't we? The older 2 are brothers, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. There was replacements if the one got upset.
Yeah. The little babies, there were 2 of them, and they were shit, weren't they? They cried.
I think they did, yeah. No, well, they were babies.
Yeah.
Did they cry? I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember coming in and said, "Oh, it's been a nightmare with the
Sheridan
babies."
looks upset.
She's good at looking upset, and I love Michelle making the most of her exit.
I know, yeah. She didn't want to leave.
She only had one line, but keep going. Oh, pop your head back round.
Go back. Yeah, but this is a powerful scene, and it was longer, wasn't it? There was an extra bit at the end with Zara coming in.
Yeah,
and a little bit of feistiness from Christine, who kind of stands up for her. And it was a nice little scene, which it's cut.
It makes it explicit that Tom and Zara are... not Tom and Zara, that Adam and Zara are together.
Yes.
And I felt sorry for Jessica Ellaby, who's fantastic at Zara. Zara's quite... She's trying to be Christine's friend, and it's just misplaced.
It's hard to cast, wasn't it?
It was really hard to cast, but she did absolutely fantastic...
Yeah,
she got it, she nailed it, and we had to cut one of the scenes.
Yeah, and there's the dad coming back, and people... I saw some people saying that they got it at this point when the dad was back.
Yeah, but this is a trope. This is a trope.
Don't talk to me about tropes.
Well, I'm going to use the word because what I'm saying is, it doesn't naturally make you think, "Oh my God, it's a supernatural."
No, because
thing.
this happens all the time.
Well, that's what a trope is.
Yeah, that's why we had it.
You're working out your issues by talking to your dead parent.
Yeah. It's not like, oh my God, he's back. What does it mean?
Yeah,
It might do.
yeah.
But yeah, and I like my favourite transition is this next one into Halloween, which is very unnerving. It's a bit Scorsese-like the way the camera looms in on that.
Well, we had
door
to
buzzer.
change it, didn't we? Because we cut half of this scene off.
Yes. It was a.
After Dad disappears and she turns round, it's actually Zara coming in to collect Adam's things, and they have this big conversation, and then that goes into Halloween.
That's
And
right.
when we took that away, we had to make the transition work. But I think you're right; it's better.
Yeah, it's kind of unsettling the way it's very abrupt and disarming, which we wanted out for these transitions. Just make you think, I'm just not sure where we are. But you don't mind, do you? You go with it. What we didn't want was it to be kind of accepted by the audience, because transitions from one scene to the next are just, it's how you watch telly, isn't it? So we had to start to mark them in a way that makes you think this is not the norm. We're not just watching this play out in the way that any half hour would.
Well, we talked about, I mean, we hadn't seen it at the time, but Boyhood had just come out, and that just cuts, and suddenly he's a year older.
Yeah. And make nothing of it.
You make nothing. We wanted to mark the thing, but at the same time, it's just about time passing.
Yeah.
We wanted.
You just said my favourite line. I've got teeth here somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah, it was actually my most fun. Because the part wasn't that big. I didn't have loads to learn. I loved working with Sheridan. We had such a generous actor, and really fun to do.
Yeah, and strangely enough, second time I killed Sheridan in a car.
Yes,
because I killed her as Malcolm Webster and I killed her as Stranger.
A stranger, inadvertently.
Yeah, inadvertently. Yeah. So it's like she burps there.
She looks different, doesn't she? You would never know that was Sheridan.
Yeah, she looks like she could do Wicked.
Yeah, she
could do it.
I bet they've asked her.
Yeah.
On the back of this, I bet her career just blossoms.
I think she's done very well.
Yeah.
After the initial,
No, we were so lucky to get her. There was nobody else we really wanted for this part, and it was agonising waiting to hear whether she'd do it. But
well, we heard very quickly from her that she wanted to do it, but then it's just timing.
Yes, because she was so busy doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So would it fit in? And 6 days it took this episode, which is longer than we normally have. But it had so many setups and so many different redresses on the flat.
12 years of someone's life, and all those costume changes and subtly changing. And so here we are. Like, we're not really. This is a commentary. We're not even talking about it.
We are.
Well, we're not talking about it, watching it.
Yeah, but that's just audio description.
I know, but look.
That's a separate. People can do that separately.
So the I have got it.
You were trying to make the child wriggle because the child wouldn't wriggle.
It's just very still. Yes, of course, that actually is the stranger being helpful in reality of what's gone on.
In the reality,
getting him out of the car, but it looks scary.
So this is the pivotal scene. This is this sort of November into December.
There's a big conversation about whether or not we should see the. We in our script didn't have that the hand was burned, did we?
Yes.
And then they decided to put it in.
Oh, we just missed that bit.
I know, that's a nice bit. That bit. All this was a big.
Expensive
special effects job putting those things in the background.
Fireworks.
In fact, not just that, fireworks, that's right. The whole background needs to be done, and her hair had to be rotoscoped and whatever it is they call it, don't they?
Yeah, because all of that was green screen. This is the one time we didn't have the psych behind. We had a green screen, so all of that, and I think it's fantastic.
It's good, you can't tell there's nothing wrong with it, yeah.
And it just has this wonderful Walt Disney moment when he says, I love you. And so, we imagined that he hadn't burnt his hand, but the fact that we'd seen that he had, and then it's gone.
Is a much more overt thing to her, or what's going on. She saw it and then it wasn't there.
I love the costume detail of the poppy on her coat as well, on Michelle's coat.
Yeah, that's good. Yes, and of course, this point in time, when we go to Christmas next, Sheridan's costume doesn't change.
Yeah.
She stays in the same clothes, which clearly tells you something.
She's starting to figure out now.
Something strange is going on.
Yeah.
So there is. It was a shame they did that very cleverly. That there was a double of Michelle that walked by her then, and then the camera was going to move across and find her. But in the edit now, it was unnecessary. But it was a nice seamless link. So here we are back into Christmas, and she's still in the same outfit.
I hated that tufty bit of hair on the top. I remember running in and shoving it down.
I like the fact it's a red hat because it looks like it's the smashed head.
Yeah, and of course the red fingernails, which are there all the way through, and that was very deliberate to have that. Now the Christmas tree here, we really said it's got to be blue at the end, and they said, okay, we're going to spend a lot of money on turning it. When they finally admitted it was green, to blue.
And is it blue?
No, it's still green.
Still green. And then they said you can't get blue lights.
Aquamarine.
And it's like, well, I'm sorry, I've been on people's houses and their tree has been blue.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So this is just the most gut-wrenching scene. I mean, Sheridan, God bless her, had been to the National Television Awards
the night before.
Yeah, and if you may remember, listener, she was late and didn't pick up her award for Scylla because she was filming with us.
Do you only say listener because there might only be one?
No, because instead of saying viewer, because it's an
Right,
audio.
okay. But you could have said listeners.
Okay. Well, I'm making it feel personal to them. They think I'm speaking to them.
That's good, yeah.
But there may well only be one.
As if they would.
Anyway, so she was pretty shattered on this day, and I think, that probably gave her the performance.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, she's good as well. It wasn't
Yes,
that
I know,
accident.
being sarcastic.
All right. Yeah, no, it was, good. And she had to do it a few times, didn't she?
Everybody was crying, weren't they?
Oh, it was ridiculous, yeah. Everyone was crying. I didn't cry. But yeah, everyone was crying watching it. All the crew, all the people, everyone in the...
And I love this face here. That is my favourite bit, when she just reacts so naturally to seeing pictures of herself as a baby.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It makes it so heart-wrenching.
I wonder if people at this point thought, oh, I see what it is now. Still, maybe not.
Maybe, yeah, some will. Some
will have realised, some will not. Why does, when her whole life flashes before her eyes, does it only start at when she starts going out with him?
I know, because it's called the 12 Days of Christine, and we only had half an hour.
Yeah, but also, your life, the big events of her life, these are the things that she remembers.
Yes.
And now we do have a bit where we can kind of see her from childhood.
Yeah.
So
it was a contrivance, and there was some debate about this line coming up, which I think I can see what this is now.
I like that line.
And we just thought it's a really good anchor point to get from this reality to the...
Yeah, and I think it's
genuine
it's
reality.
gut-wrenching for her to say it as well, rather than just think it.
Yeah.
I think, and then here we are into this awful reality.
Yeah.
Which kind of explains that everything that's gone along the way. There are the eggs that were smashed, and that's what all that was about.
Yeah. The song playing on the radio, the beeping, the car door open.
Yeah, so it was kind of all hopefully in one, not too belaboured scene explains what's gone on. And there I am. That's kind of the reason. Yeah, the bastard, deliberate. He was waiting for her.
He was waiting for her.
There was some. We went back and forth, didn't we, about whether she was knocked down or whether she was driving.
Yeah.
I think originally we really wanted her to be knocked down by me in the car, and she stepped out.
Yeah.
Not thinking. But then why did we change it?
I think we just wanted the
partly this, wasn't it? The ambulance man getting her out, and then that kind of being parallel to Tom.
Yes. Also, you wouldn't have had the car stereo. It just felt better that she was.
It was better that way
in
around,
the car, rather than being.
And there it is. Look, it's all comes into play right from the start. It's all been jumbled.
Yeah, and we wrote this montage at the end, just picking all the bits from the episodes.
Yes, yeah. We kind of had an eye on what they would be, but they are pretty much what they were, weren't they? But there's maybe a few others that we added in.
Yeah, we filmed this outside Twickenham Studios, didn't we?
Yeah, one night.
3 emergency vehicles. Now that's as blue as they get.
Yeah, and it's green.
Yeah.
So there you go. But anyway, you get it, just about.
Yeah. Look, she's still... Oh, this is... this.
And then the little boy come in,
yeah,
having to give her a hug is awful.
I mean... People might find this corny with the angel, but he is going to a nativity, so we felt justified.
Yeah. And the music swelling up there was was good.
Yeah,
to
Christian.
We had to fight to hear it.
Yeah,
I remember there was a lot of, can we please have the music a bit louder than all the other things?
Yeah.
But it needed it, I think. And there's your explanation that he got the kid out.
Yeah.
He's all right. She's not.
Yeah. Why's Fung there?
She had a good time with her for the few years that she...
Maybe she did. Maybe
she fat shared.
Yeah, maybe she did.
She had a joke, didn't she?
She did have a cracker joke.
And
it was...
what was it? She said, I don't get
Anyway,
it.
this is the ending. So
Anyway, yeah, never mind that.
Yeah.
So look, she has to say...
And this was Guillem's idea, the notion of Sheridan looking straight into the camera and saying goodbye to us, the viewer.
Yes. We had her that leaving the door and going down a corridor, didn't we?
Yeah, well, we just said she leaves.
She leaves, everyone's looking. But yeah, he wanted her to take the time, look up, and say goodbye, everyone.
Okay. Boom. Phenomenal performance.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sheridan. Thank you, Guillem Morales. And Adam Tandy, who's our producer.
Yeah,
and John Plowman. Let's not talk about it.
No, fuck them.
But that's the 12 Days of Christine. We wrote it pretty quickly.
12 days.
Huh?
Wrote it in 12 days. And
Less than 12 days.
I know. So that's why maybe it isn't funny, but powerful and moving.
Yeah, and we can keep talking because, I think...
Yeah, but no, we're not going to. It's meant to be a commentary on just that, so when that finishes, we have to stop.
No, I don't want to. I want to...
Okay.
I want to...
We've got other
fuck
one.
it, no, fuck it.
Right. No, well, thank you for listening. This is our first experiment in it. Now I'm rushing! Don't turn it off.
Okay. No, I feel we've sold ourselves short on our writing.
I agree. I would never have said it. Was it me that brought it up?
Yeah. But the reaction to this episode was... It knocked us for 6, didn't it, really?
Yeah, it did. As it seems to everyone that's watched it.
Yeah. And it got...
I mean, it was great to get that reaction. It's slightly a shame because everyone just goes 12 days and the rest of the series is fucking written off.
Well, I wouldn't say that. So I think that the next episode that was the Elizabeth Gadge suffered because how can you top that?
I know. Well, that's the stupid people putting them against each other.
Don't call them stupid.
Well,
You've
some are.
You've ruined it.
No,
I'm turning it
it's
off.
not. Don't tell you.